This is Good Views, where I review movies that I feel are worth watching. Today, I'm reviewing Jesus Revolution. It stars Kelsey Grammer, Joel Courtney, Jonathan Rumi, Anna Grace Barlow, and it's rated PG-13 for drug use. But I do want to say that this isn't a positive spin on drug use. This is talking about the 70s and the use of drugs to deal with the problems, and because they're looking for something, and it looks down on that. So it's not something that you need to worry about. If you're bothered by casual drug use, that is not the case. It is there to make a point. It's actually very essential to the story. So I did not notice any language, and there's obviously no nudity or any of that. So I found it very acceptable for the family. And let me start off that I love this movie. I just totally love this movie. The basic premise is that during the 70s, the country underwent a religious revival within the hippie community. These were known as Jesus freaks.
These people are hippies, rebels against old-fashioned authority.
Kelsey Grammer plays Chuck Smith, a pastor whose congregation has kind of dwindled, and if it gets any smaller, he may have to shut down the church. Not only that, he's having problems with his daughter, who doesn't buy into the whole Christianity thing. And as with most of the people, the youth of that generation, they were looking for something, and they thought that drugs and casual sex and all of that was the way to expand the mind, to escape the man, the government, the overriding evil that was destroying the world. All right, so the situation changes when Janet, which is Chuck's daughter, played by Ali Loanides, please forgive me if I mispronounced that name, and when she brings home this hippie, and he's a preacher. And his name's Lonnie Frisbee.
His house has a very good vibe.
It's played by Jonathan Rumi. And Lonnie has been roaming the streets in an attempt to save a lost generation who are looking to drugs rather than Jesus to find their way. Okay, Chuck ends up inviting Lonnie to attend his church service, and that leads to the opening the doors of his congregation to all of the hippies who are unhappy and confused with their lives.
If I bring them in, I'm going to lose my job.
We can only walk through doors open to us. In your church, that's a door that's shut.
This results in a major religious movement in the 70s and is based on actual events. For me, there was a lot of great messages to be learned in this story. I realize that this involves Christianity and may not appeal to all audiences. However, I hope that those of you who wouldn't normally sit through a Jesus movie might consider watching this anyways, because there's still two themes that stand out that I believe apply to all audiences. And the first of those is about how people with different views can learn to work together towards a common cause, a common goal, or a common need. And in the 70s, there was a need. These people were unhappy. And I think if we look around today, we see a similar situation. We have so many of our youth who are looking to identify themselves, define themselves, looking for an answer. And I think many of them are not very happy. So what they need, and I mean, maybe what we need to do is that we look at the broken individuals around us and realize that they need love, understanding, and companionship. Above all, that's what they need.
If you feel like you're misunderstood and judged, you will find forgiveness and freedom right here.
And on another level, I feel that this film points out the importance of working to fix our relationships instead of fleeing, just leaving.
Now that door is open any time of day. And if there are some who don't like that, well then that door works both ways.
And I'm not talking about abuse. I'm definitely not suggesting that anyone in an abusive situation should remain in that. They should go someplace safe. But what I mean is that we should remain a part of the lives of our family, friends, coworkers, and maybe just the human race in general, rather than as soon as things get tough, we bail.
Our country is a dark and divided place, but now there's hope, and it's spreading.
This is your home.
Why is this movie good? Well, first of all, great acting. Kelsey Grammer is an amazing actor. I'm so glad to see him. He just nailed this performance. I enjoyed every scene that he's in. I mean, he just really plays the part well. All of the actors, and now Kelsey's the only one I recognize, all of them did an amazing job. This was really good. At no point was I like, oh, I've been enjoying this. Too bad that they kind of let down on the casting on this person. I felt all of the roles were done well. Secondly, it hits strong emotional beats. And for me, that just rings so true. I mean, it makes the movie ring true to me because these are real emotional beats. We can feel them along with the people that are being portrayed. 3, strong writing. And I am, as a writer, I really pay attention to this. Does the story progress? Is there a story arc? Okay, in terms that none of you, I'm sure, care about, but the elements of good writing are there. And when the elements of good writing are in a movie, it makes it so much better. 4, great cinematography. It really felt like the 70s. The film they used, they put in a filter, or however they do it. It looks a little yellowish, but that was very similar to how film looked in the 70s. And then, of course, we have the costumes and the hairstyles and even the cars and the music. What a great score. I mean, so you want to know what it was like in the 70s? Watch this and you're there, right? 5th, I think it will lift up your spirits. It did mine. I came out of there just really happy that I had been able to sit through that and watch it and see people interacting in a positive way towards one another. And then my final point is I think it's just going to make you think, right? Look at these things, maybe think about how they apply to your life. And that's what good fiction, that's what good entertainment is about. That's what good storytelling is about, is making people think, hopefully. And for me, what sets this film apart from what I've seen recently is that it encourages all of us to see past the differences of the people we know. And I think we could all use with a little bit of that lesson. I gave it 5 movie bucks. I recommend you take a friend. And then, you know what? Go back, see it again, take a different friend. And I'm not saying that this is a perfect movie. I could nitpick it if I wanted to, but I just think that it has a great message that I would like to share with my family and with my friends. And it would be worth my time to see it multiple viewings so that more people were able to enjoy that same message. All right, so that's all I have this time. Hopefully I'll see you back for my next movie review. Bye.